So there's been an interesting development in the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series scalping market, and it has to do with what seems to be now like the most well-known scalping group that's currently out there, and that's Crep Chief Notify. This is the group that we've talked about a few times now, whether it's securing like over 3,000 PlayStation 5 systems, having 1,000 Xbox Series X systems ordered, but then canceled on them, which that was pretty funny. But now we have a person who's actually subscribed to Crep Chief Notify, seemingly to leverage their services to get systems, of course, actually talking with Video Games Chronicle about some of the numbers that Crep Chief Notify is reporting, and seems like they're overblowing how many systems they're getting, and it's starting to make more and more sense what they're trying to really do here. Guys, if you enjoyed these videos, make sure you hit the like button, helps out a ton. And if you're new here to the SpawnWave Plus channel, make sure you subscribe down below. Big thank you to everyone who subscribed, as we have now crossed 100,000 subscribers. Basically, if you just want to see more videos that I'll put out, make sure you subscribe here. So let's go over here to VGC. I'll leave a link down below if you want to read through it as well. It says PlayStation 5 Scalper Group claims 2,000 new purchases and says it's finding it easy to obtain consoles. But one anonymous member accuses Crep Chief Notify of overstating its figures. Now, this is something that I had thought about a bit, because remember, Crep Chief Notify, while they are getting PlayStation 5 and Xbox systems in to then flip and sell for twice, 3 times the value maybe, they are an ongoing business that's been around before this. We talked about they're buying and reselling sneakers, as an example. This is a service that's used for more than just PlayStation 5 or Xbox systems. It could even be used for the next Switch. We've talked about a Switch revision coming up at some point. Could use it for that. Could have used it for Ring Fit, right? Just as examples. Anything that can be flipped online for more money, they would be relevant to that conversation as a service that you would buy. So it's not surprising necessarily to hear them continue to brag about having success. For example, they say it later claimed to have secured 1,000 Xbox Series X consoles that we talked about, but then it was canceled, right, by the retailer, which wasn't great for them. So naturally, they'd probably want to get out there again and talk about how they did have success with something else, like this, for example. We've done it again. Members have secured another 2,000 consoles in the past 48 hours, going as far as to say our members are finding it easy to buy these consoles. If you're struggling and complaining about getting one, the simple answer is to join the rest and secure yours through our group. See, look, right here, they have this big advertisement, and they've been advertising on Facebook quite heavily, especially recently, since they have been in the news. And of course, just finding a PlayStation 5 is difficult. Naturally, you would post a big picture like that of the PlayStation 5 and say, members have secured another 2,000 consoles in the past 48 hours. But have they really? See, because according to VGC, a person saying they are a member of the group, which charges $29.99 or $40 monthly membership fee, accused Crep Chief Notify of exaggerating its results. The person in question said subscribers can use an internal channel to document when they've secured products, and that recent member communication suggests Crep Chief Notify's numbers are overblown. Interesting. So the members of Crep Chief Notify probably started seeing this, and they're like, wow, we got 2,000 of them because I didn't get one. And then they start talking to each other. And that's how it always falls apart, right? When everyone starts talking to each other about these kind of things, and they say, I can tell you for a fact that they straight up lied about their Xbox success today. Either that, or they are assuming at least 50% of members managed to buy a console. And technically, there would be no way for any of us to know how many of these things they are actually getting. We have to go by their word. And they have a reason to exaggerate these numbers because they want to sell you a subscription. Like, it makes a lot of sense for them to do that. And I mean, unless there would be several members coming out saying that it's not working for them, we would all have to assume, because there's no PlayStation 5 systems out there and they keep popping up on eBay, that they are finding success, and they do have thousands of them. They also accused Crep Chief Notify of overstating the resale value of the items it helps members obtain by more than double in one case. It's misleading and, in effect, false advertising. Yeah, and they say their intention is to leave the group when their current subscription ends. Yeah, I mean, if it's not working, obviously you're going to say, well, I guess I'm out of here then, because you're paying $40 per month to make a ton of money, as Crep Chief Notify continues to advertise on Facebook. They not only talk about how many systems they get, but they also talk about how much money, millions of dollars, by the way, they'll advertise, that their members are making. And in a time like this, with the pandemic going on, and they themselves have said a lot of their members were furloughed, and they're helping to make a good Christmas possible for one kid while taking away a PlayStation 5 for Christmas from another. If they hadn't thrown themselves into the spotlight as much, advertise and try to poke the bear a bit, saying, oh, you snooze, you lose, we just got 3,500 PlayStation 5 systems, jump into the limelight, on the front page of trending topics for different websites and Reddit and all of this stuff, they probably wouldn't have been looked into as much. This probably would not have come up. But it has now, and it seems that they don't have thousands of systems at one time. They're not making their members as much money, and I guess they were relying on the members not to talk to each other as much or double check if this really is a thing. But they certainly have every reason in the world to pretend like they are getting thousands of systems because they want that subscription from you going forward. But like I said before, don't sign up for these things because a lot of times it's too good to be true. Hold out, and I do think you will get a PlayStation 5 probably in the next month or two, as Sony is looking to continue pushing these systems out the door at a rapid pace. But let me know what you guys think about this one down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.